Okay, good morning, guys. How are you doing today? Good morning online. Good morning. Okay, hope everyone are doing good. So let's jump on. So what did we discuss in our last class? CloudWatch. So CloudWatch is all about three things. What are those? Alarms, events, and logs. I think without any further delay, let's go ahead and then do the practicals on CloudWatch. Okay, now? Okay. So let me share my screen. Online, can you please confirm? Can you see my screen and can you hear me well? Okay. Okay. So what we're gonna do is first let's concentrate on what is the first alarms. Okay, let's concentrate on alarms first. So now in order to create an alarms, what is the service that we have learned till now? EC2, no? So what we do is we'll go and launch EC2 instance, right? On top of it, we'll do the monitoring. That means creating alarms on top of it. Okay. Should we go and create one EC2 instance, one or two? Okay. Let's go ahead and launch EC2 instance. So make sure you are in Mumbai and go ahead and then launch instance. So call it as, let's say server 1. And then browse more AMIs, free tier, and then Red Hat. Okay. Then T2 micro, and then 9 AM batch, edit. So let's go to 1A, select existing, default, and that's everything fine. I'll go and launch how many machines? Let's go and launch 2 minutes, not 22. Let's go and launch. So how many instance launches? 2. So I'll call it as 2. Okay, so now it is initializing. It is still pending and it will initialize soon. And do you see this here? We have alarm status here. Right? Do we have any alarms created for this machine? No. So what we're going to do is in real time. So in real time, you might be having so many EC2 instances like this. And if at all you want to monitor the EC2 instance, what you need to create? Alarms you need to create. What you need to create? Alarms. So even, okay, let's say, for example, you don't want to create alarm. You want to monitor just now. What is the CPU utilizations and all? How do you monitor? Do you see this here? Monitoring section here. Click on it. And what are the host level metrics that we have? CPU, network, disk, status check. How many are there? 4. So by default, CloudWatch monitors only these 4 machines, correct? I mean, 4 metrics. So here, if you see, if you go to monitoring, do you see this here, Nana? CPU utilization. So this is no data is available because just now we have launched. No, if you keep it for 1 or 2 hours, automatically you will get the CPU utilizations. So here, if you want to know the CPU utilization for this machine, Do you see this? Open this. And you will get the CP utilization. Now at the moment, there is no CP utilization because just now we have launched. Otherwise, you will get a nice graph over here. And what are the two types of monitorings we have? Basic monitoring and detailed monitoring. No. So which one is default? Basic monitoring. And do you see here? 250, 255, 3, 305, 310, 311, 320. Every 5 minutes, you will get the CP utilization here. Okay, Nana? So this is most common. Maybe you can see every 5 minutes, every 1 second also, but don't do it. So 5 minutes is free. Less than 5 minutes is billable. If you push a selector, right? And then here you can see minimum maximum of CP utilization, and you can go with every 1 hour. If you want to, every 3 hours CP utilization, you want to see every day, you want to see day wise. Today, what is average CP utilization? Right? And every 3 days. So what is the average CP utilization of 3 days? So it will say 70%, 60%, 50%, it will give the information here. So this will be really required in your real time, because you might be having so many machines, no? Database servers will be there, application servers will be there, or XYZ servers will be there. And if your developers or if your customer says, hey, the performance is slow, the machine is slow, what is the first thing that you will check? CP utilization. So if you see the CP utilization is, let's say, for example, you have launched one EC2 instance with T2 small. T2 small has maybe 2 GB RAM, for example. And then what you do, you have given to the developers or some people, they are working, and they started complaining to you saying that, hey, machine is very slow. Machine is very slow. What will you do? First, before that, come here and see the CP utilization. If the CP utilization is going high, like 90%, going greater than 90%, and you see for how many days the CP utilization is 90%. Okay, let's say 2 days before it was only 20%. Yesterday it was only 30%. Today 90%. So that meaning it's a problem with the machine? No, because inside the application is used too much of, like they are using the application too much. That's why today it has increased. Otherwise, if there is any CPU issues, every day it should get 90%, no? If there is a problem every day, they should get 90%. If you see every day you're getting the 90%, then that meaning the 2 GB RAM or 2 CPUs are not sufficient. What you need to do, you need to increase it. So increase from T2 small to T2 large or X large or whichever it is. So you can see the CP utilizations here. Status check, how many times the status check failed? Remember status check? The two types, instance status check, system status check. So how many times got failed, how much network is coming in, how much network is going in, how many packets are coming in, packet out, disk related, disk operating, and then CPU related credits. So only 4 metrics: CPU, network, disk, status check. Only these 4 are there, no? Here, CPU, status check, network related, disk. That's it, no? Only 4. So this CloudWatch monitors only these 4 metrics. What are these metrics called? Host level metrics. What are these metrics? Host level metrics. Clear? Okay. So now this is how you do the monitoring here, and you can use your local time zone and UTC time zone also, and manage detailed monitoring. Will you enable detailed monitoring? No. So detailed monitoring will what? Every 1 minute. So don't enable. But just in case in real time, if your manager asks, hey, this machine is super important, please monitor every minute, then go and enable it. And then also tell him that be careful with the bill, right? Just inform him. Okay. So now let's go here and then try to create one alarm. Let's say, for example, server 1 is there. Let's see if I refresh. Did I get any CPU? No CPU utilization. Server 1 monitoring. Do you see one point? We got it now here. We expand this. CPU. Do you see that? Do you see that ek chutki sindur? Here. Where are you seeing? So here we got, so how much is the percent here? Do you see this? This one, this dot. Do you see this dot? So how much percentage you got the CP utilization here? 7%. How much? 7%. So like this, you will get the CP utilization if you leave it for some time. So now you tell me, let's go and create one alarm now. But requirement is, what is the average CP utilization for this? Is it high or low? For the server one, low, na? So does it make any sense if I use CP utilization is going greater than 90% now? No. So let's create alarm ulta. If the CP utilization is less than 10%, what will you do? Alarm. So alarms will also take some actions, no? What does it do? Alarm do? It will stop, it will terminate, it will reboot, it will recover. So if now what do we do is we'll create one alarm. If the CP utilization less than 10%, it will be alarm mode. And should we take some action also? What should we do? Let us go and stop it. Should we take this scenario, real-time scenario, and create alarm now? Okay. So how do you create an alarm here? Now I have taken CP utilization less than. In real time, it can be less than also, it can be greater than also. Okay. Let's go and create. Do you see this here plus symbol here? Let's click on this plus symbol. Are you creating an alarm or editing an alarm? Creating alarm. Okay. Alarm notification. Someone was asking notification, right? So here, remember you have already created one topic, no? 9 AM batch topic. Yes or no? In auto scaling. So you can use, and did you subscribe? No, huh? Bill problem, huh? Okay. So that's fine. So if you are not subscribed, but did you got the email? You got the email, right? Yes or no? You have done practicals or not? How about others? You have done no? Okay. So that's what I'm saying. If you have not done the practicals, you will put the faces like this. Yes, no. I don't want this kind of faces. Okay. I want, how much time will it take to complete that task? Tell me. Those you have done, tell me how much time it took for you? Less than 1 hour? Yes or no? You don't have 1 hour time? You don't have 1 hour time? And you're learning AWS and you want to set up your career on AWS and you don't have 1 hour time. And you have time with your friends? Huh? No, this is for you. Okay. So I can say maximum this much only, right? So it is up to you. What I do is I'll raise you and I'll show you the highway. Who need to drive? You need to drive. Okay, na? Take care and then complete the practicals. Okay. So here now we have alarm. So here, those who have subscribed to this topic, for them, you will get the notification. We'll come back later. Let's create a threshold values now. What is our requirement now? CP utilization is less than 10%. You tell me now. So should we take average or maximum, minimum? Minimum. Let's take minimum. Which metric that you want to take it? CP utilization. CPU, network, disk, status check. Only these are there. So which one you take? CPU utilization. You tell me which one it is. I want less than or equal to. Which one? Huh? One, two, three, four. Which one? One. Mathematics, huh? Always confused. Huh? So this is greater than. This is greater than equal to. I'm teaching that also, no? Huh? Less than, equal to, or less than. So which one we need to select? Less than or equal to. Okay. So less than equal to how much percentage? 10%. Consecutive period of 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, if I get one time also less than 10%, alarm will pick up. You can say you want to check it in 15 minutes or 1 hour or 6 hours, so you can check it. So I'm going with At least one time also you got it in 5 minutes, alarm. So this is the name of the alarm. I call it as low CP utilization stop. Okay, that is fine here. Now, if you come back here, alarm actions is there, no? So we need to turn on the alarm actions and you tell me, now what if the CP utilization is less than 10%, what should I do? Stop. Do you understand how to create alarm? If you're able to create the alarm here in any service, you can create the alarm. Only difference is metrics. Here we have the metrics related to EC2 instance. Here, if you go to S3, S3 related metrics will be there. If you go to RDS, RDS related metrics will be there. So this is the way how you create an alarm. Now you tell me, I'll create it. I'll cancel it now. Tell me. Plus, where? Where? Alarms. Oh, okay. Alarm status and click on plus. Next. Create alarm. Wow. Did I teach you like that? Then you should teach me properly how I'm teaching, right? Click on alarm notifications. 9 AM batch. Alarm actions. Which one? Stop. Here. Minimum CP utilization. First, second, third. Third one. Okay. Here. 10%. One every 5 minutes. Should I change this name? I call it as low CP utilization. What we are doing? Stopping it. That's it. Should we go and create it now? Create it. So now once you have created it, now it says no data. No data meaning just now we have created. No, how much time we need to wait to get one 5 minutes you need to wait because it's a basic monitoring. Okay, now so if it is fast, let's take. So what should happen now in within couple of minutes or 5 minutes? What will happen now? So this will become what is the how many states are there? Alarm states. In alarm, okay, insufficient. Now alarm status will become what? In alarm. So in alarm will work and then what will happen to the EC2 instance? It will stop. Okay, now let's wait. Refresh. So let's wait for a bit. You understand how to create an alarm? No? So you can create an alarm from in which console I am here now? EC2. But CloudWatch has its own console, right? So I showed you differently how to create alarm from the EC2 console. And I'll show you now how to create an alarm from CloudWatch console also. For the second machine, we'll create the same alarm, but this time we'll terminate the machine. If the CP utilization is less than 10%, terminate the machine. But there it's a little bit different GUI will be there. We'll see. Refresh. Do you see that? Why it didn't got red color? Okay. It doesn't matter. Okay. Do you worry about the color? No need. No? So what is the status now? It is here in alarm and the machine is stop. You understand? So not see now I have because now the CP utilization is 100% less than 10% only. For that reason, in front of our eyes, it has stopped. Just imagine your real time. In your real time, your machine is working perfectly. And then whenever is CP less than 10%, automatically stop. Create it and then you know to worry, it will get stopped. But the problem is alarm can only stop, but it cannot. That's a problem. Alarm can only stop. Alarm doesn't know how to start. So what you need to do, you need to start it. So is it possible for you to go and manually start it? No. What will you do for that? Lambda. Very good. You understand? Your minds are triggering now. You are now becoming architects, right? So this is how you should think, right? So if something is stopped, I cannot do it manual. Then what should I do? with Lambda, you need to do it. So in Lambda, you need to write some script, check all the machines which are in stop state, and then go and start it. But you need to learn Python. Okay, now? Okay, ma. So I showed you how to create a alarm from EC2. Now let's go to CloudWatch. Let's go to CloudWatch. You see red color now? So I'm right. It's a red color. Do you see this? In alarm, insufficient. Okay. So now if you have created 10 alarms, so it will say how many in alarms are there? 1. Right? So it's 0, 2. It should not be 2. So do you see in which service, Nana? In EC2, we have 1 alarm, this many. Because this is the CloudWatch dashboard. What is this? CloudWatch dashboard. So if you have so many alarms, do you see alarm by AWS service? Can we create alarm only for EC2? No, we can create alarm for all AWS services. So if I create it for S3, you will get S3. You create for RDS, RDS. Okay, now. So we see this here in alarms. If we click on here, alarm. Okay. Any state. Oh, so basically there was some old one. I didn't stop, maybe. I mean, deleted. So, okay, that's fine. Sir, is there received any notification when instance stop? Obviously, no, that's what we have selected. No, alarm status, Ashok. Okay, no. That was my old alarms, okay? Okay, now we have created how many alarms? Only 1 alarm. Should we go and create an alarm here? Here from CloudWatch console? Yes. How, Nana? You see create alarms. A little bit different. See here. Now it is asking for select a metric. What is our metric? CPU utilization. Very good. Select metric. And here, what are all these metrics? What is the container of the matrix called? Huh? I told you this. What is a bucket container of object? But here in CloudWatch, I said you one holder. What is it called? Namespace. You remember? So what is namespace? Namespace is the collection of metrics or group of metrics. So here, these are all the namespaces that are available, Nana. So which is the namespace that we need to select here? EC2. If you go to EC2, EC2 contains all the metrics. So go to EC2 here. And by auto scaling group of per instance metrics. Per instance metrics. Select per instance metrics. And here we need to select. So we have our EC2 instance, no? Which EC2 instance? Server 2. So copy the instance ID. Can we search it here? Let's go and search. DC server 2, we got it, no? So server 2, what is the metric name that you are interested here? Can you select any other metrics also? Fine, no issues. So I'm selecting here server 2 metric. Select metric. You understand? You understand how to select a metric? So here, so metric name is this, instance ID is this. Which one I need to select? Minimum or maximum? Minimum. Period is 5 minutes. Static value. CPU utilization is which one? Lower than equal to how much? 10%. Raj is asking, what is metric, sir? What, Raju? So metric is your CPU utilization, network, disk status checks, all these are all called metrics. So actually metric is the one which you need to monitor. Okay. Now here, additional configuration. So you don't need to worry about this. Data points to alarm. So if you are saying 1 out of 1, so that meaning here, define the number of data points within the evaluation period that must be breaching to cause alarm. How many times I said? If you get in 5 minutes, 1 time also alarm. So just keep it like this only here. Now click on next. Okay, now alarm. You want the status. If the CPU utilization is less than 10%, it should be in alarm, okay, insufficient. In alarm. Okay. Next, you're asking for SNS topic. Did we have already an SNS topic? Yes. Select the 9 AM batch. And you tell me here, auto scaling actions are EC2 actions are. Very good. EC2 actions. So if your CPU utilization is less than 10%, it should be in alarm or okay or insufficient. In alarm. So what is this? What you want to select here? Terminate. And then click on next and call it as low CPU and terminate. Next and then create alarm. Do you understand? Do you understand how to create an alarms from the CloudWatch console now? So this is how you create an alarms in your, so it doesn't matter whichever service it is, this is how you create alarms. 2 ways I showed you to create alarms. One is from EC2 console and from the CloudWatch console. Then I create, understood alarms? Simple? Yes or no? Yes. So here you can select any state, any type, any, and I told you composite alarm also. Remember? So if you have the combination, you can select create composite alarms. That's a combination of your 2 metrics. Is this clear on the alarm section, everyone? So now let's go to events. Let's go to events. Alarms is very simple. So if you want to monitor any particular resource, just go and create an alarm and select the metric, give the conditions. Simple as that. Next here, we have something called events, Rana. What do we create in events? Rules we create. Remember, what do we create? Rules. Okay. Now, events is now called as event bridge. So if we click on here, rules, automatically now it has moved to which service? Event bridge. So now in event bridge, what do we need to create, Nana? We need to create rules. Let's take a scenario now. Do you remember I gave you the scenarios, 3 scenarios? Okay, let me remind you. If someone stopped the EC2 instance, I should receive a notification. What is the requirement? If someone stopped the EC2 instance, I should receive a notification. How to do it? Using event bridge only, no? Yes or no? Should we do it? Let's go and click on create rule. A rule name. Let's say stop notification, because you want to, if someone stop the EC2 instance, you should get a notification. Now, event bus. Generally, what is bus? Group of passengers. Yes or no? What do we have in bus? Passengers only. No? Here, event bus contains what? Events. So event bus contain events. Sometimes in advanced topics, not here, in professional things. So we can share this bus to other account. So that meaning whatever the events that you are getting in your account can be shared to other accounts to do some kind of custom actions. So that's bus. Let's use the default bus only here. You tell me here, rules within event pattern or scheduler? My scenario here is if someone stopped the EC2 instance, I should receive a notification. You want me to schedule? Schedule meaning that concept. Exactly at 9 PM, machine should be stopped. 9 AM, machine should start with lambda. That is scheduling. Did I tell you event bridge also contains schedules? Yes, this is schedule. For now, we need to go with the event pattern. Now click on next. Okay. Now, event source. Event source is your AWS events or not? Where are all your events are stored? In the event bridge. This is sample event. Ignore this. This is for just for information. Let's go with the pattern. Event source. Which AWS service only? No. Which service? Which service? EC2. Which service? EC2. Did I told you, Nana, yesterday, it has so many categories. EC2 has so many categories. Out of this, you tell me which category I need to select for our requirement. वो stop नहीं भाई, देखो सीधा. So which one we need to select? Which event I need to select? You already said right answer. Hold on. Correct, no? So here, which one you need to select? EC2 instance change notification. That meaning whichever instance that I want to monitor, if that machine instance state is changed, Now it is in running state, no? When the machine is running, now someone is stopped from running, it will go to stopped. That meaning if someone is changing my instance state, I should receive a notification. So which one I need to select here? This one. I'm giving the real-time scenario one example. Like this, can you do anything related to snapshot? If someone is creating snapshot, if someone is restoring snapshot, yes. If something is doing a spot related thing, everything I can do it. So for an example, I'm selecting this. Okay. So instant state change notification. Which state are you interested? Stopping, stop. If you select any state, what will happen? Everything you will get. If someone run also, stop also, terminate also, for everything you will get it. But I want only specific state. Which state? Stopping, stopped. Do you think that funnily I have teach you that song? No. Do you see the state? Pending, running, stopping, stopped, shutting down, terminated. Everything there will be reason. Okay. So now I have selected now. So now we have here, okay, now we have selected here stopping, stop. Now, on which machine you want to do this action? If you select any instance, that meaning all, if you have 10, 20, 30 machines also, if someone pushes stop, you will get a notification. If someone start, you will get the notification. If someone terminate, you will get the notification. But it is for any instance. But if I go with specific instance ID, can I put the instance ID here? Yeah, I'm just giving an example. I take here, copy. So this machine I want interested and put it. And can you add multiple IDs also here? In your real time, if you have a web servers, app servers, database servers, and you don't want to this stop, and if someone stop, you should receive a notification as a part of team lead. Can you create a rule like this and keep it? If someone pushes stop, immediately we get a notification and you call your people, your junior saying, hey, why did you stop? Sir, how do you know I stopped? I'll get to know. I'll get to know automatically, right? So, but here in the backend, you have created the event rule. Clear? Okay, na? Is it clear? And click on next and target. Now, okay. Now that machine stopping, stop, that condition is satisfied. Now what you should get? Notification. So here, which one you need to select? Notification meaning which service? SNS. Nana, in your real time, when you are experienced guy, due to different types of requirements, you have all the services here. So at the moment, which one we need to select? SNS. SNS topic is there. Which topic? And then click on next, and then create it. If you create this rule, if someone stop that machine, automatically you receive a notification. But you should subscribe to that topic first. Then only you receive a notification. No problem. No one subscribed to the topic. Huh? You got an email, right? When you got an email, confirm the subscription. No problem. Nothing will nothing major bill will come there. Now you understood how to create a rule. Now I'm canceling it. You tell me how to do it. Create rule. Rule name. Stop notification. Give some name. Rule with event pattern or schedule. Okay. Next. First or second or third? Leave it. Leave it. Okay, here AWS service. Which service? EC2. Which type? Instance chain notification. Any stata, specific stata? Which state? Do you have any questions, sir? Why did you select only stopping stop? It's a requirement, right? So now, any stata, specific stata? Specific instance, and copy the ID. And then next. Target. Topic. Which topic? Click on next and then create. You understand how to create it? So I'm giving one example. So like this in your real time, based on the requirement, you can create so many things. Okay, Nana? So here, anytime you can go and delete it, disable it, anytime you can go and edit it. So don't worry about this template. This is a service which I'm not touching because this required little bit of coding knowledge. So this is called cloud formation. What is it, Nana? One more time. Register in your brains. Cloud formation basically, okay, let's say I created this rule manually, if you want to automatically create this rule, you have launched EC2 instances many times, all manually or not. But if you want to launch an EC2 instance automatically, so basically you are automating the infrastructure, yes or no? So this is called IaaC, infrastructure as a code, not infrastructure as a service. This is called IaaC, infrastructure as a code. That meaning your entire infrastructure can be created using this code. And this code is written in YAML language. YAML, Y-A-M-L. Okay, so please write down cloud formation is equal to it is used to automate AWS infrastructure. It is used to automate AWS infrastructure. Cloud formation is a IaaC, infrastructure as a code. Cloud formation is a IaaC. IaaC, I capital letter, A small, and C capital letter. Like this. Write down in brackets, infrastructure as a code. Infrastructure as a code. CF shortcut, cloud formation. CF uses YAML language. YAML. CF uses YAML language. Okay, Nana? You want to know the full form of YAML? Yet another markup language. Yet another markup language. Okay. Okay, no, understood. So this is basically you can automate the entire infrastructure. Nana. What is you can do? You can automate the entire AWS infra. Let's say, for example, you have launched an EC2 instance. From console, you're launching it. Through CLI also we can launch. I'll teach you that also. But through the templates also we can launch. What are these called? Cloud formation templates. What we call cloud formation templates. So CF has templates. CF has templates. CF has templates. Do you see this here now? This is one of the template. This is one of the template. You copy this and you make it as a template. And then if you go to cloud formation service, Nana, this is extra I'm saying. So cloud formation, if you go to cloud formation service, there you need to create a stack. What you need to create, Nana? So create stack, it will give us the information. If you give or don't give, no problem, and upload this template or copy paste this data inside that cloud formation template, run. Once you run it, what will happen? Okay, I click on downloads. Do you see this here? Do you see? Stop notification cloud formation template dot YAML. So if you upload this in your cloud formation, what will happen? Automatically, this rule will get created. I have created it manually, no? You understand what I'm saying? So I created it manually, but this is helping us to automate it. Automate meaning you don't need to create it rule. You run this, go to cloud formation, upload, and then run, and automatically this rule will get created. And can you modify this according to your requirement and run it? Yes. Okay, let's see this YAML. Open. This is a key value panel. See here, it's not a big rocket science, easy. This is template, you know, to worry. We have resources. What is the type that we have created? Event rule. Property. What is the bus we have used? Default bus. Did we use event pattern or schedule? Event pattern. What is the source? Which service is that? AWS. And what is the type that we have selected? Instance and notification. So what is the state that you're interested? Stopping, stop. Which ID? This. What is the name that you have given? Stop notification. What is the state? Enable. What is the target? Here is the target, meaning here it is related to your notification. Which topic? 9 ambassador. Understood or not? Yes or no? So like this, in internet, you have so many templates available. In internet, you have so many templates. Let's take, for example, you want to launch an EC2 instance. Can you download cloud formation template from internet and modify according to your requirement? Which subnet ID, security group ID, modify everything and upload into cloud formation, and then you can launch EC2 instance from there. You understand? This is an extra thing that I'm saying, right? Understand? So this is called cloud formation. So what you can try is, I have never told this to any badges these many years, cloud formation, but this one, what you can do is, same thing you copy, change some, right? Change this to shutting down, terminated, and change the name to terminate notification. Try to upload in cloud formation and see. Yes or no? Can you do it? You have to try. If you try, if you say, sir, I don't know, then it will be in lifelong, you don't know. Right? If you try, you will get to know. Okay, now, okay, this is something extra that I just wanted to show you that. Is it clear, Nana, how to create a event rule now? Okay, now what we do is, I'll take that another example now. We'll take that example. Which one? Lambda. So exactly, let's say if you have an EC2 instance, two EC2 instances, let's take two EC2 instances. Okay. You understand the requirement now. I have two EC2 instances running, and exactly at 9 p.m., these two EC2 instances should be automatically stopped. And exactly at 9 a.m. in the morning, it should start. How do we do it? Using Lambda with the combination of Chhod do, cloud formation, leave it. Event bridge. Which one? Event bridge. You understand? So with the combination of event, we need to create an event. No, instead of event pattern, you need to select schedule. And while selecting a schedule, you form the schedule at what time and then call which function? Lambda function. You're getting it? Should we take it now? Okay. So for that, I will help you to design. First, you need to design this. See here. So you understand the requirement? No, this can be a project also. You understand? This can be a project separately. Okay. You tell me now, you know the project statement. What I need to create first. Okay. So we'll go and launch EC2. How many EC2 instances will go and launch? 2 EC2 instances will launch. EC2. Then first of all, we have EC2, and then what we have? Event schedule is there. Yes or no? One event schedule is there. And then we have the Lambda functions. Lambda function. And then, okay. Yes, and it's fine. So now we have how many services here? How many services? 3 services. Different services. Now we are integrating it. We are integrating all 3 services now. So which one to be created first? EC2 instance. Okay, we launched 2 EC2. So we need to create Lambda first or event schedule first? Event scheduler, Lambda. Where are these guys? Okay. So, okay. So which function, which one you need to get? Lambda na event scheduler? Lambda, no. When you're creating event schedule, ask Babu, give me the Lambda function. For that, before you need to have the Lambda function, no? Okay, now, okay, good. Lambda function you need to create. Tell me clearly, does the Lambda has permission to go and stop the machines? Then how do you give permissions to Lambda? You will, from event bridge, you will call Lambda. But does the Lambda has permissions to launch an EC2 and to stop EC2 instance? No. How do you give the permissions? Which one? Roles. Very good. Roles in action, we'll see it. Right? What we need to use? Roles. So here, carefully say this. Carefully say this. So I'm creating a role called Lambda stop role. This is a role I'm creating. What kind of permissions I need? While you're creating role, we need to give the permissions, no? Tell me what kind of permissions I need to give to the role. Service. While creating a role, there are 2 steps. One is to whom you're attaching it. Second step is giving the permissions. Okay, first tell me what kind of permissions that you should give it to Lambda. Service, macha. EC2, very good, fantastic, mind blowing. EC2, right? Okay, now you have given the EC2. EC2 full access will you give? Is it good to give full access? No, right? So do you select a managed policy or you need to write an inline policy? So here, what function is this? Only, so what kind of permission do you give? Only stop. Only start, only stop. Is it good to give full permissions? No. So here, I need to have EC2 stop and start inline policy in it create. Okay. Now, carefully tell me. This Lambda should be attached, this role, IAM role should be attached to which service now? Louder and clear, confident. This IAM role should be attached to whom? This guy. You understand? So what is a trusted entity here? Lambda. What kind of permissions you have? EC2 inner. So now out of all these things, tell me now which should be created first. Role. Okay, while creating a role, do we have inline policy readily available? Then you need to create role inline policy. First, what you need to create? Inline policy you need to create. Okay. Second, role. Third, lambda function. Fourth, event set. Understand? And by the way, launching the EC2 instance is 0 step. First, I mean, I wrote already first there, no? That's why I put there 0. You understand? So when you're setting up, Sanana, this is how I have been into so many designations. Right? If I start telling all those designations, there is one movie, no, Brahmanand will say, right? All these designations are not like, okay. So basically, I worked as a director, I worked as a solution architect, I worked as a pre-sales guy, I conduct, there's so many things. But the very important thing here is when you're talking to the customers and getting the requirement, this is important. When you're customer will tell you the requirement. What you need to do as an AWS architect, you need to analyze and start drawing this diagram like this. If you start putting pen and paper and start it, then you'll get to easily, you can do it. And this information, you can do it, give it for your juniors to do it. But as of now, you're all juniors, no? You're babies now. So once you grow up, you will be in our position. Okay, now? Okay, now, should we go and launch an EC2 instance first? Okay. How many EC2 instances should we go and launch? 2. And by the way, do you see that? Our second alarm we have created from CloudWatch to terminate now, it went and terminated now. So see, now this machine is stopped, this machine is terminated. So what is the status? In alarm. At that time, it will be in alarm. But after 5 minutes, it's not giving the data. Then it will go into which state? Okay. Insufficient, no? How come it will be okay? Okay meaning everything is well and good. As you are not getting the data from the source, it says insufficient. That's why it is in gray color. Gray color represents insufficient. Okay, so let's go and launch instance. How many machines should we go and launch? So let's call server 3. Browse. Data. T2 micro. Name batch. Edit. I go with 1A. Select this and then go ahead. How many we launch? 2 we launch. And go ahead and then launch. Refresh. I call this one as server 4. Okay, Nana. So you tell me, based on this diagram, first what we need to do? Create a inline policy. So for this, every requirement maximum 90% will be available in the Google Tally or not? Yes or no? I'll give you see. Now, I have this requirement. Assume that you don't know how to do it. What is our requirement now? Go to Google. What is our requirement now? Stop and start the EC2 instance using Lambda. Okay, na? Should we say the same thing? Stop and start EC2 using, do you see this? Lambda. First, select. Do you see this? Readily available. We don't use this, but I'm showing everything will be there in internet. The only thing is blindly don't follow it. According to your requirement, you need to use it. Let's say we need to use inline policy. No, definitely this guy will have an inline policy. Do you see this? Now, do you need to bang your head to write an inline policy? No, copy, paste. Copy, paste. Now tell me, what is this event is, what is this policy is doing? Where? Okay, I'll tell about this. Tell me what is this? That's it. A resource is star. Star meaning any resource, meaning any EC2 instance. So are you giving EC2 full permissions here? No, EC2 colon star, if you give, that is a full permissions, but we are giving only start to stop. And Lambda will execute this stop and start machines. No, and Lambda, and let's say, for example, Lambda has some problem. It didn't stop the machines or start the machine. You should know the log. You should know what is the problem. No, that meaning it should generate some logs. No, so Lambda is server based or serverless? Serverless. Is it possible for us to see the logs? So what that is this Lambda will send the logs to CloudWatch logs. The Lambda will send it to CloudWatch logs. For that reason, it is asking, do you remember yesterday we discussed about log group, log streams? Yes or no? So you are allowing to put log events inside it. So this is, so what we do is now we'll copy this and then we'll create one inline policy. You tell me how to create. Which service I need to go? IAM. Let's go to IAM. And you tell me how to create an inline policy. I have the JSON code. Where? Policies. Create policy. Excellent. JSON. Delete. Paste it. Okay, na? So blindly don't paste it. Do you understand the policy? Is it based on our requirement is correct or not? It's correct. So let's go ahead and click on next. What is the policy name? Stop and start EC2. Create policy. Now what I need to create? What I need to create? Louder. What I need to create? You create a policy, you need to create a role now first. And then we need to create a role. On the left side, we have the roles. Create role. Think and answer here now. This is trusted entity. AWS here, which one I need to select? Excellent, Babu. Which one? Lambda. Ekdam Balakrishna aa gaya mere mein. Throwing them, right? So which one need to select here? Lambda. So, and then click on next. Here, what kind of service you need to select? Permission? EC2. Which one I need to select? Which policy I need to select here? Inline policy. No. What is the name we have given? Stop and start EC2. Do you see that? Click on next. Role. I call it as stop and start roll. Rock and roll. And then create roll. Done. Na? Okay. Second thing is the next. We need to create what? Lambda function. Ready? Let's go to Lambda. So do you remember what is Lambda? What do we create in Lambda? We create Lambda functions. What do we create in Lambda? We create Lambda functions. Lambda is server-based or serverless? Serverless. Lambda is purely used by the developers. But if you want to automate few things, we also need to use the Lambda functions. So which type of scripting that we use in Lambda? Python. Is it only Python or other languages also? Others. It can use Java, Bava, Python, Ruby, or .NET, whichever it is. So which one is better for us? Python. Because here also, if you go to the documentation, we have the Python code here. We have the Python code. So don't worry, I'll explain the code. So what do we do? Let's go ahead and then create Lambda function. Nana, see here, create function. Function name, stop function. How many you need to create functions? 2. So I'm going and selecting stop function. Runtime. So it supports these many things. So which one we need to select here? Python latest version 3.11. Architecture x86 ARM. Super. Permissions. Change default execution role. So here, did we already created a role? So otherwise it will create a role by itself, but we already created a role with limited permissions. No. So which one I need to select? First or second or third? Second. And here which one? Stop and start role. As you have selected the entity type as lambda, that's why the role is showing here. While creating a role, you have selected a trusted entity. Which one? Lambda, no. For that reason, the role is available here. Otherwise, you cannot see. Now, click on create functions. You all understood how to create a function? Now, come down. And do you see this here? This is a sample code. What you need to delete this code. And then here we have it now. Take this and then put it over here. So I'll put this in here and I'll show you. So Python uses Boto3. That's a library, right? They will use it. And then here region is equal to US West 1. Is it good? Where are our EC2 instances? Which one, what I need to replace? Tell me exactly. AP minus South minus 1. I'm teaching you Python a little bit. So this is the variable. What is that? This is the value. So region meaning I should get AP minus South minus 1. That meaning Mumbai region. Now instances. This is also a variable. Is equal to. This is called in brackets. Is there? No. We call it as array. What is that? Array. Array. Right? Array. So what does the array contains? Elements or items. What does the array contains? Elements or items. So now here we need to put the instance IDs. No. So what are the EC2 instances that you want to stop? So we have our EC2 instance here. 2 are there. No. Should we take which one? Server 3 and 4. Server 3, copy the instance ID and put it over here. And we have one more. No. Server 4 ID. Copy it and then put it. So how many ever you have, can you list down here? If you are a super coder, then you can automatically get the IDs from the EC2. But that much coding is not required now for us, right? So now, next you are calling which service? EC2, and you're using Boto, you are calling a client a service called EC2, and you're passing, what is the region value here? Mumbai, and you are passing the region name here, region. What region meaning? What is the value it contains? AP South minus 1. So EC2 service, you are setting the region as AP minus South minus 1. That meaning Mumbai. Next, you are writing a definition here. Okay, so now EC2 dot stop underscore instances is already a method. We have it from AWS, right? And what are you doing here? You are stopping the instances. If I replace this stop to start, what will happen? Start. So now it is stop. Stop instance ID. What are the instance ID? We need to pass the instance IDs. No. What are the, so is equal to instances. Instances is a variable here, right? So all these 2 instance IDs will be sitting inside this. So that same guy you are calling it here is equal to instances, meaning indirectly you are putting this 2 here. And this 2 is going and what is doing? Stopping. And once it is stopped, you are printing stopped your instances. Which instances? This value. Which instances? This value. That means these two instances will be printed over here. Python. Understood? Not a rocket science. Right? If you understand the logics from Google, you take it up and then calify it and then take it easily. Is it clear, Nana? Should I copy this? And then let's go ahead and then paste it over here. Somewhere if you put, yeah. Now this is how many functions you need to create? 2 functions. This is what function is this? Stop function. Separately you need to create a start function, and separately rule also we need to create. So I'm showing you stop. Okay. So now is it clear till here, everyone? I copy paste the code, and then how to save it? You need to click on deploy. You need to click on deploy. Deploy. Done na? Now Lambda function is created. Now Lambda function is created. So Lambda function is sitting quietly now. Lambda function is sitting quietly. So someone created Lambda function, it is sitting quietly now, like this. Who should trigger that? So what we need to do? We need to go to event bridge and create rule. And while creating rule, we'll say, hey, Lambda, get up. So let's go to event rule. And then here we create a rule. Create rule. I call it as stop Lambda. Give some name. Which one? Rule with event pattern or schedule? This time, schedule it. So here, continue to create rule. We'll create it. Don't do this. Go with this. Continue to create rule. Yesterday, I told you about the cron job. Yesterday, I told you about the cron job. Now, the cron job has like this. Do you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dabbas are there? How many dabbas? 6. 6 dabbas are there. So first dabba represents minutes. Second dabba represents hours. Third one represents day of month. Which day? Month. Which month? Day of the week. Which day of the week? And year. So if you put exactly based on a requirement, the customized schedule, you can create it. Customized schedule, you can create. Now, what is the schedule that we need to have? Every day at what time? 9. Do you need to wait for 9 p.m.? Not required, right? So this is using here, let's say, do you see info is there? No. Click on it and it is gives a sample one. Do you see the 0, 12, star, star, question mark, star? What does this represent? Say this here, 0, 12, star, star, question mark, and then star. Do you see this now? So what does this mean? Every day, every month, every week, every year, at what time? Exactly at 12 o'clock, the schedule has happened. So if you remove this to and put it to 9 meaning in the night, no. 24 hours meaning how much? In 24 hours, what is night 9 called? Put the 21 here. So this meaning night 21. You understand? You understand? Anna, getting it? Okay. So now, do you need to wait for night 21 here? Not required. So which time is this? UTC time, no? What is our UTC time? Take it. UTC time now. 4:50. Last time also 4:50 AM, no? So 4:50 AM here. Can I put it as 5? Yes or no? Within 10 minutes, it will start running now. So you don't have to wait for night 9. You can put the nearest time and then wait. It will trigger it. Okay. So let's say, for example, now you understand how to schedule it now? And now click on next. Which service? Which one you need to trigger? Lambda, you need to get here. Lambda function. Which function? Stop function. Click on next, next, and then create rule. Now the Lambda function, now the rule got created. and it is scheduled. Schedule at what time? 5 o'clock in the morning. Now it is 4:50, no? So 5 o'clock early morning, it will start. So this rule at 5 o'clock it will start, and then it is invoking whom? Lambda function. So stop function. What is the code that we have written in Lambda to stop the machines? It will go and stop the machines. And we have given the permissions also, no? A role. So Lambda has permissions to go and stop the machines now. You understand? So let's say, for example, now I'm going one step further here. I'm not waiting for the time. I want to do it right away. Go to Lambda. See here. Okay, so here, do we have the stop function? No. Are there any triggers at the moment here? No. Who should be triggering this Lambda function? Event bridge. No. If I refresh here, see what will happen. Do you got this? Trigger. Who is the guy who will be triggering stop function? Event bridge. Can you add a destination also? Like sending in notifications and all? Yes, you can. Sir, why we can select the UTC time? You can select local time also, no issues. And is this clear? Okay, now see here, stop function got created. Stop function got created. So we just leave it just like that. Exactly 5 o'clock, this will get run. This will run. And remember, Lambda, AWS will not charge for the Lambda functions. AWS will charge only how much time your function got executed. That guy is Lambda. I am event scheduler. I'll go exactly at 5 o'clock. I'll go, hey, wake up, get up. He'll get up. Lambda function. What should I do? Check the code and I need to terminate. He go and execute the function, right? This function will get executed. How much time will it get executed? Few seconds only, no? AWS will charge only for few seconds. Lambda is very, 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 very cheap. Lambda is very cheap. And AWS will charge only for the runtime. Only for the runtime. Once that is done, keep quiet. AWS will not charge that. Is it clear? Now, I went inside the stop function. Now, see here. So I don't want to wait until 5 o'clock. I want to run right away. So I am manually triggering. Not event bridge is triggering. Now I am manually triggering. Hey, Lambda function, get up, I'm saying. Should we wake up late? How do we wake up? Here, do you see we have test now? Can we test this Lambda function? Yes. Event bridge can also wake up, but I'm manually waking up here. So click on test here. And it asking create some, just give some test and save it. And now see here, Nana. Should I test it now? If I click on test, see what happens. Now our function got executed. This is the log. What is this? Okay, if I expand this, do you see this? Nana, do you see the stopped your instance? It got printed or not? This is printed. And how much time it took? 562 millisecond. So how much memory it has used? 128 MB. That is a default. Lambda is serverless. Lambda is serverless. So do you need to mention do you need to launch EC2 like EC2 instance? No, it is serverless. So you need to give what is the default memory here? 128 MB. And how much time AWS has built for this? Only 562 millisecond, not even 1 second. So now I have run the function. That meaning my EC2 instances are stopped or not? Yes or no? Let's go to EC2 and these two are running. Stop. I triggered the Lambda function. Otherwise, who will trigger? Event bridge will trigger. Event bridge also have triggered. This might have to stop automatically. So I don't want to wait that time. No, that's why I triggered it. Similarly, like this, can you create start function? These two machines should get started again. So you need to create a Lambda function and you need to create one more event rule and then start this. And start function code is here. You understand? We'll be able to do this. Nana, clear? We'll be able to do this. So what are the things that we have learned today? Actually, I thought to teach logs also, but based on your faces, I cannot continue. We'll take it tomorrow, no hurry. Okay, because I see this is a little bit overloaded, but it's not overloaded. Until you get practice, it will be easy. Okay, so did we created alarms? Did we create events? Did we created Lambda functions? And meanwhile, in Lambda, I'll write few things for you. So please write down. This is important certification questions. So Lambda can be created with VPC or without VPC also you can create. Lambda with VPC. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry. Esuratna. Yeah. Lambda with VPC can access AWS services from Lambda. Lambda without VPC is available public. Thank you, Madhivya. So let's see if you Lambda limits. We need to know the limits of Lambda while it is executing. How much default memory allocated? Yes, memory allocation by default is 128 MB, but maximum we can go ahead and give 10 GB. How much? These are all certification questions. Next, maximum execution time. So how much time it got executed? Some 563 milliseconds, no? So maximum time here would be 900 seconds. It can run. 900 seconds meaning it is 15 minutes. Function can run. And first write down, I'll explain. From outside also Lambda can be triggered, Rupali, from some endpoints, from developers, from your applications and like that. Okay, ma. Okay, so let me explain here. See, so these are the lambda limits because in certification they might ask this. So execution, how much is the memory allocation by default? 128 MB, and maximum how much you can give? 10 GB. See here, if you go to lambda, so this is a lambda function, no? Do you see this here? We have a code. This is the code where you can write it. And also developers, what they do is upload the zip file. Can you zip your, see now I copy paste, this is a small code, Nana. So what the people will do, they'll develop in their local system, no? And what they'll zip the entire code. What they do, they can upload also here. You can upload the zip file or you can upload from S3 also. You can put it in S3 and you can upload it here. So, and then just now I showed you how to test. Can you monitor the Lambda functions? I told you CloudWatch can also monitor Lambda functions. Yes. How many time invocations have happened? Invocation meaning what? Calling. So here it's see one time. We just now we called one time, right? How much duration it ran, how much success rate, how many times. So everything you will get it here. See here, configuration. This one, Anna. What is the default memory size here? 130. This is serverless. Correct? This is server. We need to give. So what is the maximum size you can give it here? 10 GB. I wrote it here. How much Anna here? 10 GB. So you can edit this and increase to maximum 10 GB. And how it is a /temp? What is ephemeral storage meaning? Huh? Okay, that is in EC2. Generally, ephemeral meaning what? Is temporary storage or permanent storage? Huh? Temporary, no? So, how much is the temporary storage? 512 MB. Did I wrote it here? 512 MB. And then how much is maximum? 10 GB. So, and what is the minute timeout? By default, it is 3 seconds. How many seconds are there, Nana? So your Lambda function maximum can be executed by default. How many seconds? 3 seconds. And can we increase the maximum to 15 minutes? I'll write here default. Default, how many seconds, Nana? 3 seconds. So your Lambda function will execute for how many seconds by default? Maximum 3 seconds. But no Lambda function will run more than that. So if it is huge code, then it will take time. Otherwise, no. Okay, so aliases versions are fine. These are all fine. You can download the function. And do you see this here? What template is this? What template is this? What template? Template meaning just now we discussed. CloudForm, louder. What is that? Cloud. So if we created this function manually, but if you want to automate this, template is ready. If at all you want to use it. Okay. And you understood? So I took 5 minutes extra. What you can do is I'll put the task in the Google Classroom. Tomorrow we have class. Okay. And next week, you might face, I will be on and off because next week I have some planned things. So tomorrow we'll take a class and continue this CloudWatch logs, right? And I'll give you tasks and for you'll continue those things. Okay, now? Any questions? And once you are done with all these things, cleanup is very important. So clean up, delete the rules, delete the Lambda functions, terminate the EC2 instances. Okay. Any questions now? And this is a URL. I'm putting it to everyone. You can use this. Super. Can I get the final CC for today online? So today is little bit because I used a developer service called Lambda, but if you go and start using it, it will be easy for you. Okay. Don't miss the practicals. Online, can you give me the CC? Final CC for today, please. CC is smart. What is there in Notepad? Nothing, none. You can download this. There is nothing here. Oh, so many smiles. Paint, you take the screenshot. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, Suratna. Okay, Nana. So that is all for today. And I'll see you tomorrow with the next topic. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.